Hey everybody. So this is my first time doing a tarot reading on camera, so bear with me as we move forward. I'm utilizing the Wheel of Fortune as my significator for this reading, which is a reading that is kind of a query for myself about returning to school potentially for a degree in psychology. But this is also just kind of a generalized what's up in my reality. So the Wheel of Fortune signifies just how the world works, things that go up, things that come down, fate, moving forward, etc. So I'm going to just flip my Celtic cross reading and see what the cards have to say. Bear with me as I move the camera. I will attempt to do editing to fix it or whatever, but we'll work through that as we can. So this is what covers me. The Knight of Wands reversed. So this is like really desiring to move into hard action and not knowing which way to go. It can also indicate dragging one's heels, not wanting to have the forward momentum. I think in this indication for me, it's that desire to move forward and feeling trapped in the place where I'm at. Wands are about fire and passion and following your dreams. And so this Knight of Wands covering me reverse is I'm doing work, but it's not dream-worthy, passionate, career type work. Crosses me for good or bad. Strength. This is about inner fortitude. It's about the fact that no matter what kind of direction I decide to take my life, I'm gonna maintain my ability to calm the inner beast, so to speak. In the past or process of leaving, this card is the Ten of Wands reversed. This card indicates that I'm ready to give up the burden of carrying everything. Like the Ten of Wands, when it's upright, represents you take every single burden you can and you stick it on your back and you just keep moving forward. And when it's reversed, there's this idea that that's been lightened, that's been lessened, and the weight is no longer on your shoulders. And so sitting in this reverse position, or in this past or process of leaving position for me, can indicate that the feeling of relief of something changing, one, because it's a 10, but also of that like heavy weight being lifted. What's below me or under the surface, this is on the subconscious mind or the basis of the situation, is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords represents sailing away and to a new place. And I always think of it as sailing through difficulty, to be moving from one place to another, utilizing intellect and thought, which is why it's swords. Swords represent logic and thought and intellect, and also communication, but moving from one place to another logically. The next card is what is above me or above the conscious mind, and what crowns me and could come into being. And that is a great card. It's the Two of Cups. This is the idea that there's harmony to be found, that I can find something that works for me that I really love. It also represents partnership, duality, working together to aim together for a goal. It's a really lovely card. Actually, that's pretty awesome. This reading so far it's being pretty nice to me. Next is going to be what's before me or in the future. Justice reversed. This indicates that something isn't going to go fairly. It might indicate that, something's not going to go fairly. It could be a matter of it's just not as easy to do what I want to do as I think it's going to be. It could be that I feel like I've looked at all the sides of something, but that doesn't mean I have. I maybe haven't weighed all my options. It also could mean dithering and like taking too long to weigh the options. It could be that, you know, as I have like this released this burden, my inner strength and my inner, you know, fortitude is in question. There's a piece of that is maybe not being handled fairly. So it's interesting. I'm going to move on and see what else we got. Down here is going to be me and the situation, or what I'm doing, how I'm feeling about it. The King of Wands. I am dispassionate. I do not feel one way or the other. It's not inaccurate. It's the King of Wands. It's reversed as well. And usually when this shows up, it represents someone who is, I mean, he's not like against you doing what you want to do. He's just not going to actively help you do it. And for me in the situation, I think that represents that I want to do something different, but I don't want to put in like the hard work and effort to make something different happen. And so if I want something different, I'm going to have to really aim for it. And also that I'm undecided, and that where I'm at now is a comfortable place, even if it's not something that truly makes me happy. The thoughts and feelings of others around me. Ooh, the Tower reversed. This represents the idea that there is the concept that if I leave the position I'm in, there will be a total breakdown of everything. And that makes sense. My job is very high stress, and I'm a manager for the program, and it's requires a lot out of me. And this idea that lessons aren't being learned when the Tower shows reversed like this, that the core fundamental problem has not been resolved, that there's a shaky foundation on which you build something, and when the Tower shows, that shaky foundation is getting ready to be destroyed. So when it shows reverse like this, that just indicates to me that there's lessons that haven't been learned, or there's a fear of things being destroyed, whether that's logical or not. The Hopes and Fears is my next card, and that's the Eight of Cups. The fear and desire to leave something behind, to literally move on to a new thing, to a new place, to just move on. That's to leave something behind without really knowing whether it's for the best or not. It's just the desire to move on. And then the outcome. And the outcome is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant says you got to follow your own truth. You have to follow the truth. You have to seek within yourself and find what matters to you and what is true for you. And that is how that's how you do it. That's what I need. And that's my outcome, is to follow my truth and find my truth and follow my light. Everybody thinks it's going to fall apart, but it's not going to. People will feel like it's not fair, but it will be. This is quite an interesting reading. Well, thanks for joining me, everybody. This is the first of what will be plenty of readings that will be on this channel. Bye.